10 facts about 2019 nCoV. 1. The current epidemic situation. 350 on January 28th, 4,599 cases have been confirmed in mainland China. Although the number of infected people is increasing and the virus could still mutate, experts say the situation is under control, and the 2019 nCoV strain has been successfully isolated by the team from Zhejiang CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention. This will lay a solid foundation for the development of 2019 nCoV vaccines, screening of antiviral drugs, and rapid detection of reagents. 2. The source of infection. The survey data showed that the 2019 nCoV originated from wild animals sold in the South China seafood market, and it is highly suspected that the epidemic is related to wildlife trade. Therefore, wildlife trading has been banned in order to cut off virus transmission as its source. For instance, the quarantine of wildlife breeding sites and the prohibition of trading wildlife on various platforms ensure that there is no further spread and resale of wildlife. 3. The symptoms of infection. According to a clinical data report published by the international authoritative medical journal, The Lancet, 66% of infected people have been to the South China seafood market, and they often have fever, cough, shortness of breath, and other symptoms. Of the confirmed cases, the majority of infected people are in good condition after the treatment, and 68 were discharged. Only a few were in critical condition or even die, and most of them are basically elderly. 4. The route of transmission and preventive measures. There is evidence that human-to-human transmission has occurred. Wuhan has been sealed off to stop the spread of virus since January 23rd. The bus and subway service were suspended and some flights were cancelled. Wuhan citizens do not leave Wuhan for no special reason. After the city was sealed off, most people stayed at home during the Spring Festival to protect themselves and others. In addition, in order to prevent the spread of virus, some colleges, high schools, kindergartens in Hubei province postponed the opening date. And domestic universities, such as Tsinghua University and Peking University, have also suspended campus visits. At the same time, everyone should take good protective measures, such as wearing surgical or N95 masks and goggles when going out, washing hands frequently at home, etc. 5. The present state of medical resources. On January 24th, Wuhan Emergency, released by the official media Voice of Hubei, pointed out that many hospitals are in short supply of materials and only be able to maintain 3 to 4 days. And many large 3A hospitals openly solicit masks, protective clothing, and other medical supplies to the public through official channels. People from all walks of life organize donations spontaneously. And mask manufacturers in Jiangsu, Shandong, and other places stepped up production and coordinated the implementation of more than 2 million supplies of masks. So far, 14,000 pieces of protective clothing and 110,000 pairs of medical gloves have met the urgent demand. 3 million supplies of masks, 100,000 pieces of protective clothing, and 2,180 pairs of goggles are already in production. The tension has been temporarily relieved. 6. The status of hospital construction. There are not enough hospitals and beds, so we will build one. In order to strengthen the treatment of patients with new coronary pneumonia, Wuhan is building a special hospital named Wuhan Houshanshan Hospital, with reference to the model of Beijing Xiaocangzhen Hospital during the fight against SARS. This hospital, with a construction area of 25,000 square meters, which can accommodate 1,000 beds, will focus on treating patients with a new type of coronavirus pneumonia, and more than 1,000 workers have given up vacations. The hospital will be completed within 6 days. In addition, Leishanshan Hospital, located in Jianxia district of Wuhan City, is also accelerating construction, and it is expected to add 1,300 new beds. Number 7. The medical staff. More than 1,000 medical workers volunteered as frontline supporters to fight against the virus. Even if there may be no return, there were 138 medical staff in Sichuan, 135 medical staff in Zhejiang, 135 medical staff in Shandong, Beijing Hospital and Peking University College Hospital's medical staff, and other powerful medical teams formed by 6 Beijing hospitals. Among them, there is an 83-year-old respiratory expert, Zhong Nangshan, who is also main specialist of SARS control. Number 8. Financial funds and technical support. In addition to the funding from the Ministry of Finance, major enterprises across the country have provided financial, material, and technical support to Wuhan. Alibaba has set up a 1 billion special supply fund to assist Wuhan, purchasing medical supplies directly from home and abroad and sending them to hospitals in Wuhan and Hubei on a regular basis. Huawei supports Hubei Mobile and Hubei Unicom to launch the Vulcan Mountain 5G base station to meet the communication network requirements and create favorable conditions for the medical staff's communications office. Number 9. Market supply support. Hubei province has launched a vegetable basket product supply and is scheduling a mechanism to fully protect the market demand in Wuhan. The main varieties are Chinese cabbage, radish, broccoli, celery, lotus root, etc. Number 10. Volunteers from all walks of life. All sectors of the society have taken an active role in forming a city and helping Wuhan get through the difficulties. Overtime production by multiple pharmaceutical companies and mask companies. Overtime production is organized overnight to ensure the supply of products in the pharmaceutical market. Many airline companies temporarily adjust the cancellation and resignation services. Customers in Wuhan can cancel their bookings in full. And many insurance companies have initiated plans to respond to this new type of pneumonia. The restrictions on designated hospitals can be lifted and cash payments can be made. In addition, many people from walks of life have voluntarily set up volunteer groups, raised funds to buy medical masks and donated to Wuhan, developed a Hubei medical supplies and supply platform. And a team of 4,000 private car owners in Wuhan transported medical staff after work for the doctor's commute, material delivery services without any payment received. And here's our message for you. My city is under siege by plague, but the plague will be cured. As a nation, China has already put in place the highest level of alert and the most stringent measures to combat the virus. And everyone from researchers to medical professionals is doing everything they could to help. The virus is contagious and the public opinions can be spread. If you're watching this, please do maintain good personal hygiene, wear masks, ventilate your rooms, disinfect items that you may come in contact with, and stay away from wild animals. And please do not be panicked and do not spread false, exaggerated, or uncorroborated information. The end result must be that we beat the virus, not the virus beats us. Victory will belong to Wuhan. Victory will belong to the researchers and medical workers. Victory will belong to humanity. Go Wuhan, go China.